Hey, what's up guys? Min City here, back again with another video, and today I'm excited to be bringing you my review of Meteorfall KRUMIT'S Tale. Now this is a roguelike card game available on the App Store. It is a premium game with a premium price tag of $7.99 if I remember correctly. Now please leave a like and pop a sub if I end up helping you guys determine whether or not you want to purchase this game. It really helps out small channels like mine. Please let me know the comments or any thoughts that you may have about this game or its previous iteration, Meteorfall, in the comment section down below. I love interacting with you. But anyways, I'm gonna be listing the pros first, and then we'll go into the cons of this game. Let's get right into it. So first off, just like in Meteorfall 1, you're able to pick a class or a character to start off with. Now this character will determine what cards you're able to encounter and equip and use and utilize. Now, what's interesting is this does have an overworld map. Now you're gonna be encountering different areas with different types of enemies and different scenarios. Now, depending on what type of enemy you run into, it's going to be on a 3x3 grid card format. So the cards are arranged in a 3x3 grid. Now these cards can range from items that you can loot and equip to enemies. Now certain enemies have different attack values, different health values. Some enemies will prevent you from attacking other enemies until you defeat them. So there's just a wide variety of enemies that you can encounter. Now everything revolves around gold when you're on this 3x3 grid. You want to defeat all of the enemies on the screen or in that grid in order to defeat the dungeon. Now, whenever you do defeat an enemy or loot a card, more will fall down onto the grid and be replaced. Now, with items, like I said, this revolves around gold or currency. With items, you can choose to discard them for a certain amount of gold and gain maybe some health depending on the scenario and the class that you have equipped. Or you can buy them to put them into your toolkit and you can utilize those in battle. Now with that, whenever you're in combat with an enemy, it's super simple. There's just an attack button, and you get to choose which of those cards that you've looted and put into your arsenal, so to speak. You can choose which one of those to activate during this battle phase, and then you click the attack button. Now, each item has a durability, so each time that you activate them, it will exhaust one durability, and the durability is displayed on the left side of the card with little dots. Now, once the durability is completely spent, it goes away, it's busted, and you have to loot another card of the same kind if you want that card again. So the layer of strategy and the synergies and the difficulty of it doesn't come from necessarily the battle itself. It's from which cards you choose to use in battle, as well as which cards you choose to loot or interact with on that grid, because you get to choose which card to interact with in any order that you see fit. So that's where the strategy comes in line. Now, when you do finish a dungeon and kill all of the enemies in the grid, you're able to get a crystal currency, and with that crystal currency, you're able to visit the shopkeeper and buy more cards to add. That will then be your deck, is basically the cards that fill up that grid that we've been seeing and talking about. Now, you can also loot a perk, and a perk is a permanent change to the gameplay or your stats. So the variety of perks is basically endless. I keep on running into new perks all the time, and it's really cool. And they permanently change the way you play that run. Now, after each dungeon, you'll be encountering other dungeons, and it goes, and there's 10 dungeons in total, and that's how you beat the game with the specific class that you're playing. Now, like I said at the start, these classes have different cards afforded to you, as well as like abilities and just basically traits. Now, only one is unlocked at the start of the game, but the more you play that, the more experience and cards you unlock for that character, and then it will unlock the next character. So it makes you play each character, even though you might not think you would like a class or character that much. It makes you at least try them out to determine whether or not you're correct in your assumptions, and I like that about it. Now, as far as settings go, this game has quite a few settings with its sound, graphics. There is cloud save capabilities as well, which is really good, and it's always nice to be able to switch from your iPad and your iPhone. There's even a setting to change this portrait style card game into a landscape style card game, which is great. So if you don't like portrait style games, you can switch this into landscape so that you're totally good to go. We don't see this a lot on the App Store. There's not a lot of card games or games in general that will allow you to have a landscape mode as well as a portrait style mode. I think that's great. There's just like little details like that definitely send this over the top. But as far as a roguelike card game goes, as a complete package, there is a ton of content here. Like I said, I've been describing how the gameplay is. That's the standard mode. There is also a mutations mode that you can choose which will give you just completely random, wacky scenarios or changes to its gameplay, and that provides even more replay value than there already is at hand. Since this is a roguelike card game, replayability is its bread and butter. But with this mutations, there is even more replayability. There is also a daily challenge mode too, on top of all of that you can participate in, and that changes each day. Like I said, it's daily. And so there's just tons of replayability here, tons of value for your money. But like I was saying, as far as roguelike card games go, this is the epitome of a 10 out of 10. If I had to give it a rating, this is a 10 out of 10. Must play. Personally, I like this one even more than the first Meteorfall game. It's just more strategic. There's more layers of strategy, more synergies afforded to you. It's not as simple gameplay as the first Meteorfall, even though the first Meteorfall was super good. So if you're wondering whether or not this is similar to the first Meteorfall, this is completely different gameplay. I would treat them as completely two different games, even though they both share the name Meteorfall. I highly suggest you guys purchase this game. It has my stamp of approval. I think this is probably right up there with Dream Quest. I love Dream Quest and Meteorfall, and this is right up there with it. This is my favorite one to date. So if you're a single player card game lover or you really like roguelike card games, this is a no-brainer, a must buy. But again, please leave a like and pop a sub if this helped you determine whether or not you want to purchase this game. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, as well as constructive criticism. I'm always trying to improve my content, and I appreciate you guys taking the time and the risk to watch this video. But anyways, I love you guys. Stay safe and take it easy.